Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Before we get started, make sure you hit that like button and the subscribe, and make sure you go check out my reviews for Spider-Man 1, 2, and Wednesday's video on the Chucky Season 1 finale. Make sure you go check out all that now. It is time to talk about one of the most divisive Spider-Man films in the entire franchise, Spider-Man 3. Of course, this brings back Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man, Sam Raimi as the director, Kirsten Dunst as Mary Jane, Harry Osborn as James Franco. Yeah, he kind of nowadays is kind of a Harry Osborn type figure, isn't he? He of course makes the journey into Green Goblin Land. We got what's his face? I don't even want to. I always just call him Eric Foreman. Topher Grace, that's who it is. He comes in as Venom. Unfortunately, we get Sandman in this film. Aunt May comes back, of course. And as I mentioned before, Harry Osborn finally delves into Green Goblin Land. Whether you like his professional skier uniform or not, it's different than the Power Rangers outfit that we got in the first one, but it's still not the Green Goblin outfit we probably wanted to see. And of Sandman's probably one of the best parts about this movie, one of the best Spider-Man villains for sure, because he's another one of those Spider-Man villains, just like Doc Ock. He's not a bad person, he just kind of gets wrapped up in some bad situations, some bad things happen to him, and it kind of leads him into fighting with Spider-Man, but he's just trying to do the right thing for his daughter in the end. By far the worst thing about this film, possibly the worst thing in the entire Spider-Man franchise, is Topher Grace as Venom. He is so awful. He's so terrible. And I hate to say that because I love him as Eric Foreman, but he's dog shit as Venom. Like, it is hard to watch him playing Venom. Like, I think Venom actually looks cool. I like the look of this Venom almost more than I like the look of the current Venom we have, but Topher Grace was not the man for the job. If he was going to play any symbiote host, he should have been Cletus Cassidy. Even that would have been but I don't even think Venom should have been in this movie. I don't think we should have got any of the symbiote stuff. If this film was just Sandman and the Harry Osborn stuff, I think it would have worked so much better. Look at it. In the first film, you got Green Goblin and then the Harry Osborn stuff. The second film, you get Doc Ock and the Harry Osborn stuff boiling underneath. And in this film, you could have had Sandman and the Harry Osborn stuff boiling over. It could have been great. And maybe he becomes Green Goblin in this one. And then in the fourth film, you get him, and Vulture was the planned villain. John Malkovich was cast in the role. So you could have had Vulture and Harry Osborn, Green Goblin, in his full power. After a trilogy of films, he finally flips the switch. And it could have been so damn good. But then the studio had to meddle with Sam Raimi's vision and include Venom because they wanted to sell more toys with Black Suit Spider-Man. And it just stinks. I'm sure there was others before this, but this is the first film I really heard about studio interference, and now it happens all the time with, DC films, certain Sony films. Amazing Spider-Man 2. But yeah, this film should not have had any of that stuff. Like I said, if it just was Sandman and Harry, it would have been damn good, so much better. And this one really highlights how much of a dick Tobey Maguire Spider-Man is. Even before he gets the Venom symbiote, he's still making out with Gwen Stacy on stage in front of thousands of people, including Mary Jane. And it's just, he goes along with the Harry Osborn amnesia thing. Like, he's a really terrible person at times, like really awful. And that's not who Spider-Man is. Spider-Man always does the right thing, and that was just awful. Like, and then when he gets the Venom symbiote, it just gets turned up to 11. The little dance. Oh yeah, the little dance. Oh, the most famous dance in all of cinema history. Forget Pulp Fiction. Tobey Maguire's emo Spider-Man dancing is the best. And then of course he, punches Mary Jane in the face, which just really brings it home that he is not a good, very, very good person. Sure, is he taken over by Venom? Sure, but just the way he was acting earlier in the film. I mean, he treats Uncle Ben like crap in the first movie, so you just know it was boiling over. One of these days, you're just going to give Mary Jane the right cross, and that's just not my Spider-Man. Physical abuser Spider-Man is not who I want. Tobey Maguire is my least favorite Spider-Man, and this film really strikes it home. I do not like this film, but it is not my least favorite Spider-Man film. We'll talk about that one here next week. Spider-Man 3... not good. Definitely not Sam Raimi's fault, though. Lots of studio interference, especially in the case of Venom. You take Venom out, you take all the symbiote stuff out, you take the emo dancing out. I think you got yourself a pretty good film if you just do Sandman and Harry Osborn. It worked twice before. Why change it in the third one? Because they wanted some toy money. Ugh. This film is not good at all. Spider-Man 3... because I like the Harry Osborn stuff and I love Sandman, I'll give it a 5 out of 10, and that's being generous. I think that's being generous. So Spider-Man 3 gets a 5 out of 10 for me here on the channel. Definitely the weakest in this trilogy. I hope Sam Raimi gets to do a Spider-Man 4 somewhere down the road to redeem this hot mess of a movie. Make sure you comment down below with what you think about this movie. How do you think it's going to tie into No Way Home? Is this your favorite Spider-Man movie? Am I just off my freaking rocker crazy? Do you love this film? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys right here next time.